Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Monday, October 4th. We're going to take our Monday look at Palantir. Now, Palantir struggling along with the rest of the market today, as I'm sure you know. Quite a down day today, and of course, growth stocks and especially stocks that have recently run up, certainly taking much of the brunt of the pullback today and even in the days leading up to this. Now, also, Palantir was obviously hit with some bad news last week, and that didn't help anything. Now, at this point, it does look to me that this play is unfortunately bust. So this extension play that I was looking for, where we were taking the buy at 2055 or very close to 2055 and trying to play the extension up to $30.99, because we have lost so many of our extension points in this sell-off. It doesn't look like it's going to follow this because it's following this. So I'm going to bump that out for now. And, we're sort of at this point kind of range bound actually, and sort of just between these zones that were already plotted in here. So purple is the potential for bounce, and red is the potential for rejection to the upside. So I'm going to keep those where they are. And this is sort of my new play with Palantir, is looking to see, now it may not have to come all the way down to this purple zone. It could kind of find a bottom much closer. It had the chance for a potential bottom here at around 2367. Obviously it wasn't able to hold that, but maybe it'll flip around and come back to that level tomorrow or sometime this week and sort of establish a base there. I don't know. We'll have to see. Now we do still have these. I guess the other thing here that we might as well put on at the moment is, I don't know if it's particularly parallel, but let's see. Could be. So kind of channelish. I mean, what I would do, to me, sort of, this is the safer bet. Just sort of lop off the top there and see if it will sort of follow this channel up is the other thing. Now, the tricky part with this is we're sort of skipping any bottom of the channel confirmation here, right? That would have sat up here and it would have already lost that. So this channel might be bust by open tomorrow, but we'll see if it does tend to bounce right around here to come back up, like I said, to this like 2367, 2368 area and establish that as support. Then it may be able to work its way through this channel a little bit, and maybe it will set up a play that way. But if not, I would look to this potential purple zone as an area to buy into. 2117 went down to 2050 about, but of course I'll have to see how it's acting in there. If it starts to show price strength, or if it seems to be sort of having a hard time building a base in that area or not. So everything is a bit up in the air at the moment, to be honest. Sort of waiting to see what the macro forces do, like the overall market, waiting to see what the growth sector itself sort of lends itself to, and then maybe some of these stocks can start to move a bit more independently, where at this point they're being so heavily influenced by the overall market that it can be a little bit hard to treat it like it's its own thing and look for these bounce zones. I know that still holds water, but this is just to say if there's going to be something that's a drag on the entire market, I mean, you can just look back to last year to know that, or even just look back to March of 2021 even to confirm that the market will drag on everything at certain points in time. Now, this could be worth taking a look at a few other macro forces. Now the QQQ this is also in a channel, it's been in this channel for over a year. So it's at the bottom bound of this channel. So if tech is going to bounce right now and maintain this channel, which all channels eventually break. Like I said, the channel we just drew in Palantir may not be valid by the morning. Now this one with QQQ has been in place since about July of 2020. So whether or not this will continue to perform, I don't know. But even if it does, like I said, at some point, all channels break. Always. And so is this its breaking point to the downside? And if so, this is the purple zone that I'd look for it to get caught in. And if it loses that, then these are additional potential support zones that I would look for down here, all the way down to 325. But for the degree to which QQQ or the NASDAQ is going to pull and influence Palantir, that's what I would look for on that one. Now, a little bit different here on the IWM, and I don't know if this is influencing something like Palantir that much, but a little bit ugly if we're in that close. So here, this is a bit better. So we see it's in this range since like February of 2021. And so if it either makes a break to the upside, I could see it running quite a bit if it can pop out the top, or falling quite a bit if it plows through the bottom. And it is slightly ascending at the moment, so we'll see. And if it does fall through the bottom, these are the nearest catch zones that I would see: 204, 201, and if it loses those, then it's potentially looking like the low 190s or high 180s for the next support zone. And ARC F, also pretty range bound since February, or this one more so since March, and had been keeping this uptrend, but we can get rid of that. But this is another potential catch zone right where it's sitting at the moment, this 47.63. And then if it loses that, 43.69 is another one that I'd look for. But if it popped through the bottom of this range, it might have much more acceleration to the downside there. We'd have to see, but then we might be looking at something very, very low 40s for another support zone. But we can come back and take a look if and when that is needed. But that's just to say, to the degree that any of those are going to kind of have a pull on Palantir and impacted in that way, it can be worth watching those things, and the VIX obviously as well, to just sort of gauge overall fear and uncertainty in the market from that sort of like tactical perspective. All right, folks, so I hope your trading week got off to an okay start, even though it was a pretty bloody day in the markets, but hopefully it sort of gives some opportunities somewhere along the line of some good deals coming up, but we'll have to see. In any case, as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.